What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Wide World of Reselling. Now, we did say the Prince of Baby Hair was coming back tonight, so we had to change up the intro a little bit, get Drew, give him a little bit of a pump up on the way in. So, welcome back, Drew. It's been a little while. We're pumped to have you in the house.
Good to have you.
We've been tapping on the door for a little while, trying to lure you back into the Wide World of Reselling, and you finally took the call. So we're happy to have you back. Now, you've been busy with everything going on in obviously moving to full time and that. So we will talk a little bit about that as we get through. But let's talk about how the week's been before we get into anything else. Now, I've got a little bit of insider knowledge into Brad's weekend, at least. I don't know how the week's been, but let's start with Brad. Tell us how's the week been, apart from having to hang out with us for a couple of days, which I'm not sure he's going to come back. I think he's had enough, but we'll see. We'll see what he says.
Well, I was actually going to ask you how my weekend was, because I can't remember a lot of it.
Your Friday between about 7 p.m. and 3 a.m. a little bit rusty, but you went right.
Good week. Same old, inconsistent. Weekend's actually been pretty good. I've literally put bugger all effort into the weekend of eBay, as I've been hanging out with you legends this weekend. But I was kind of prepared, so I smashed some listings sort of Wednesday, Thursday to cover my weekend. So it's been doing its own thing, and it's been working really well. The sales have been ticking along nicely this weekend. So yeah, it's been pretty good. Been a bit up and down, but pretty good overall.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and you kind of set yourself up before you left and had some listings in the bank there, so you didn't have to worry about it too much, which was a smart move.
Yeah, I sent them out in the morning when I was still drunk, and then I sent out some ridiculous offers when I was drunk, hit the wrong button and shit. So you live and learn.
Look, it's all part of the game. Welcome back, Drew. Welcome back. We've been itching to get you on. Now, it's been a long time between drinks. You did say that you had a bit of an ant or something floating around in there. So,
yeah, right before I went live, first sip, there was some sort of small bug, but it's now gone. So it's in me.
Well, as long as it doesn't start multiplying, we're all good. So, I guess you can tell us how the week's been, but how's things been since the last time we had a chat? Because a lot has changed since then. You guys have been absolutely smashing out the vintage gear, as you can see behind you. Got some awesome pieces, and you got one on your chest as well. So give us a little bit of a rundown of sort of where you've been over the last, I'd say, 3-4 months now. You sort of had a bit of a transition and made some changes in the reselling game. So talk us through that.
Yeah, so thanks for having me back, boys. It's been, I think, maybe 6 months since I was on here. It was sort of before Christmas that I had to bounce because I was going back to full-time work, and fucking 6 months has gone so fast. Wow. But yeah, I haven't been up to, well, I've been up to heaps, but obviously the cliche answer is I haven't been up to much at all. I went full-time in February, I think. It's gone so fast since then. It's like a complete blur. So yeah, I went full-time. We started the vintage stuff. So a bit of a curation going on, always trying to find new stuff in the thrift and online and in online virtual fleas and stuff. So spending a lot of time in the vintage community, buying and selling, just learning everything there is to know about vintage shirts, tags, years, single stitch, double stitch, all that good stuff. But yeah, Sarah and I have really been immersed in that sort of community. And we've been doing the podcast as well, which has been awesome. So every fortnight we do a little podcast between Sarah and I. So now that I've gone full time, there hasn't been that much of a chance to sit down and chat to her just about random topics. Sort of, we don't get that chance anymore because I'm usually balls deep into eBay when she gets home until she goes to sleep. Like you guys are probably used to. You spend a lot of time on eBay, and sometimes you don't get to spend as much time with your loved ones. So it's a nice chance for us to sit down together and have a chat every fortnight, and sort of moving forward and getting guests on shortly. So yeah, been busy doing that, and then obviously all the standard YouTube thrift haul videos, what solds, all that good stuff.
Plenty of stuff happening, and there has been some name changes and some adjustments to sort of bring things over. Look, Mum lives on in its own brand, but now the channel's It's Drew and Sarah, and you're also branching out to the podcast on a new YouTube channel as well. So plenty going on over your street, and I'm sure we'll get a little bit more into that as we go through. But we'll just say a quick hello to a few that have dropped in. I don't want to ignore the chat, and we appreciate everyone being here. We've got Dave in the house, Megan, Urban Foster, good to see you. Books and Stuff, Thrifty Pixie, who are...
Hang on, you got to give me a chance to say these, get the names going.
I've got one coming up for you.
Okay,
I've got one
fair
coming
enough.
up for you. It's going to be this one right here.
Oh, hang on, it's been a minute. How did I used to do it?
He's lost his touch.
I got it. Disgruntled octopus.
He hasn't lost it. It took a little bit of time to wind it up.
That's a good one. That's a tricky one. One.
Brad always likes this one here as well. He gets around this one.
Rogers Rego, I love you, mate. Good to see you in here. I'm not trying to yell too loud. There's some kids floating around out there. They'll fucking shit their pants. So
don't want that. We don't want that. We've got Disney Thrifter of Oz in the house. Rack Raiders like always. Jazz keeping us safe. Our boy Chrissy, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. We got the Gons. We got Kara, who gave Brad a bit of a run for his money on Friday night and Saturday morning. I can tell you.
It ended up being the competition continued. So the drinks were the Friday night. And then it was who could not spew in the salvos on the Saturday. We both went through the hot sweats and the aches and everything. It was a rough day of thrifting.
Sounds like Daniel had a bit of a rough night last night too. We caught up with himself and Captain at dinner, and then they hit the town. So I don't know what happened there, but I think Daniel...
strippers! They went to the strippers.
Here he is. Here's Captain. Good to catch up with you last night, Toby. Had some dinner. It was awesome. Uncle Wayno in the chat. We got Sandra. Wayno. Got a heap of people in. So thanks everyone for coming. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm sure we'll try and pump you up as we get there. A couple new faces in the chat. JT Funko's Finds. I've seen a bit of that channel coming around. Relove Closet. Susan Brunclair and a bunch of other people. I know. Kara's saying she had good times. I think she was struggling Saturday morning though. I'm not sure that was good times.
Saturday was
payback for good times. Enough about the weekend for now, because I'm sure there'll be more of that pops up over the next week or so, and some stories will probably start popping out. But let's talk a little bit about eBay, boys. So, Brad, you talked about sending some stuff live over the weekend and how that's been going. But Drew, how has eBay been for you guys? I know that you're sort of moved into Poshmark, and you guys are still doing a bit on Depop as well, and trying to clear some stuff on Instagram as well. So, where are you guys sort of sitting at the moment? Is eBay kind of still the number one, and is that going to be the focus for the future?
Yeah, definitely eBay. Poshmark's fun. I don't spend a lot of time on there. Sarah handles it for the most part, 99% of it. All I really do is go in and click print shipping label and then print said shipping label. I don't do much else. But yeah, it's quite noticeable. We were saying in our live stream last night, Sarah's been a bit busy with work. She's filling in for the store manager for a few weeks and hasn't had as much time at home to put into it. And it's definitely noticeable in the results. Like there's very few sales. I think we had one sale last month. And then as soon as she got on over the weekend and went a bit ham, we got 2 sales straight away. So just one of those things, same as eBay, time equals result, I guess. But yeah, eBay is still 95% of our business. Poshmark 2%, Depop 1%, Instagram 0.5%, Grailed 0.5%. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, for the most part, just eBay. Still doing super well. Like it's definitely been an adjustment going from 10 listings a day part-time to 25 or 30. Definitely a huge undertaking every single day or every week. But yeah, it's 95% eBay for sure. And you can see I'm just starting to track a lot more data than I used to going part-time. And you can see the trajectory of 25 listings a day is really, you can see the daily sales creeping up, which is awesome. Yeah,
that uptick. Yeah. So you're sort of aiming for that 25 to 30 every day, or do you sort of take a weekend off, or is that every single day you're smashing that 25 to 30?
I was trying to do 30 a day initially, and we do mostly clothing. So you can imagine 30 clothes a day is not easy. So I took it down to 25, and that's still quite hard. So I'm just trying to diversify a bit more. We've always been mostly clothing sellers, but obviously having a diverse sort of inventory is always a good thing. So I'm trying to be a bit more mindful about what we pick up, so I can potentially do 15 clothes and 10 hard goods a day and sort of mix it up that way and still get my 25 listings up, but not be so time dependent on clothing.
Yeah. And Brad, you same sort of situation. Like we were talking when you were here, and you're sort of saying that you're sort of trying to pump that 30 a day there for quite a while, and then you've dropped back a little bit, and now you're like taking those extra listings and banking when you get them. So if you take a day off or you need a day with Eli, you can kind of do that. So is that the sort of strategy you're going to be going for from now on, or you think you're going to change things up again, or what's your sort of plans in that space?
Yeah, at this point, I'm loving that because I was pushing 30 and I was consistently doing 30 a day, but that meant like it came to a Sunday and I'm still having to list the 30 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And it got to that point of almost burnout. You know, I was kind of getting to that and I just thought, hang on, I got to slow down a bit here. We had a few things coming up and it's like, well, how the fuck am I going to manage this over the next week? I can't physically do this. So that's when I decided, drop back a bit, get your 20 up, physically do 20 every day, and anything else literally goes in the bank. So that's drafted, it's ready to go. And then if it comes to a weekend like this, I didn't have to list Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but I still had the same amount of items going live in my store, and it keeps that constant flow. And I feel personally that does more for my store because of the consistency rather than getting those 30 a day and then skipping a couple of days or dropping back to 10 for one day or something. So that's the strategy I'm going with now. I have, like I've mentioned, I've been getting people to help me out with bits and pieces. So long-term, maybe, you know, having that extra person on board doing 100 odd photos and measurements for me, then that might give me the ability to, I can cut that out so I can actually get back up to 30 with ease and eventually long-term maybe do that. But for now, I'm just happy with that 20 because I'm the same as a lot of my business is mostly clothes and it does take time. So, but yeah, for now I'm going to stick with that. It's been good.
I think that's the same for most of us that do that clothing. Like, you can potentially smash out a heap more, but you're going to be busting your ass every single day to do that. And I think that's where you can lead to burnout. So we're similar, like we're aiming for that 20 to 25 a day, but high ASP sort of over that 40 to upwards, and just hopefully it ticks over. So I saw Scotty jump in. He said he was coming just for Drew tonight.
He's a troublemaker, Scotty. Troublemaker.
we do love seeing Scotty around the traps. So it's good.
Smart man, Scotty.
I've been crooked the past couple of weeks. Not listing every day has killed sales. Bank listings would have really helped. Yeah, and I think that's the thing, isn't it? Just to have those there, and at least you kind of feel like you've done something, right? Even if you can't physically do something, you've sent something live in the store, and it just feels better than nothing. So
like today's perfect example. Like there's so many women's clothes in the back room, but I can't list them. I don't know fucking different types of skirts and A-line and short and mini. That's too much for me. So I just do all the men's listings, and I have nothing to list today. I was just too lazy to do clothing. So I'm like, went through the bookcase, found 20 books that I don't want or read, just listed them, got it done in an hour and a half or an hour or whatever. Just 20 listings done. It's essentially no tax. They're on my items. So just get them out of here, get something up on eBay.
Sure. Disgruntled Octopus is saying he does 8 per day, 8 days a week, just to get around that nice and easy. So he's getting an extra day in there. So I guess that's octopus privilege, I suppose.
Octopus hours.
Sounds like Judder was into the 32 a day club.
I got close.
Drew, you don't know your way around skirts. Me either. I hope none of mine. Oh man, you're in trouble already, Drew. You've been here 15 minutes and the chat's got after you again.
Never started.
I did have to play the baby hair intro because that was probably one of the favorite points in time that we've ever had on Wide World of Reselling. It was the last live that we had on your channel, and brings back good memories. Apparently, I can't speak. Maybe I've got delayed hangover. I don't know what's going on, but
mine's gone for 2 days, mate. So you might just have the double up.
Yeah, you weren't looking too well there for a couple of hours or a full day. But, that's all right. We got through.
This Adelaide crew, they're a bad influence. Just be careful if you go over and catch up with the Adelaide lot. They look. I had to be the one that just took control and just said, "All right, guys, come on, settle down. You've been a bit silly. I'm here to just look after you." So, luckily, I kept this man over here on the leash a little bit. So
yeah, he definitely kept me in line, especially when you didn't know how we got home. But that's fine. That's fine. leave that one. If you've got his shoes at cars too, just to
yeah, lost my shoes.
There'll be a few more coming out over the next few weeks, but it
So
was really good.
You just actually go out thrifting on the yesterday.
Oh yeah, we did. It was bad.
It was no
I
good.
actually edited the video this afternoon, and man, we looked absolute rat shit. So if you want to see what four thrifters look like after a big night, check out the video on Tuesday because we weren't doing too well. But it was great fun, and I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about the community as well tonight because obviously we've just had Brad with us over the weekend, and the community around reselling, and Cara said it really well on her Instagram post, like internet friends can become real friends and become a real big part of your life. And I guess, Drew, like you guys are sort of moved pretty heavily into that vintage space. How have you sort of found that community, and how have you sort of learnt to sort of, I don't know, understand that whole community? Because it is very different, right? There's a lot of things you need to know, and you need to make sure you're not, putting out fake items, because they do get, sort of done a lot. So how's that been?
It's interesting, man. It's honestly, like, I've been obviously in communities since fucking I was alive, because humans go in communities. But like, I've been a vegan for like 10 years. So I've been in like vegan, like Facebook groups and all that sort of thing in the past. And a lot of communities can just be very toxic. Like, even ones with the best intentions, some people just turn the whole place to a toxic environment. And that's like one thing that you guys are pretty aware of, like reselling. For the most part, everyone's super helpful, super humble, willing to help you and be friends, and just lend a hand where needed. And it's the same in the vintage community. Like, there's no sort of animosity towards other people that are resellers or collectors. Everyone's welcomed with open arms, which is awesome. A lot of them actually come from the sneaker community, and they've seen like the toxic aspects of communities from being in sneaker reselling, and then they move to vintage, and like there's so much more welcoming, and everyone's so nice and helpful and stuff. But it's awesome, man. Everyone, if you have a question about a certain tag, or if you think something's fake or bootleg or whatever, like you can message anyone there and they'll help you. But yeah, it's awesome, man. It's especially as being as a predominantly reseller focused, like people still like welcome you in. You're not shunned or anything like that, which you could be potentially just for sort of not profiting on their community, but like being involved. Like I see myself as part of their community. I source things to put into the community for them to buy off me. That's the sort of way that I see it. But yeah, it's no complaints whatsoever. Everyone's been super nice to us. Yeah,
it's really cool to to see that. And I think you develop these sort of relationships like we have, and who knows where that's going to go in the future. Like, I think it's cool to have that community around you and learn from them. So I've definitely seen it. You guys like taking it on pretty head on. So and like we had Flippity Flop on the other week, and they've gone pretty hard as well. So
yeah,
it's cool to see a lot of people diversifying. Is that sort of where you guys you wanted to diversify and take on new things, or were you trying to change directions and go more towards vintage long term?
I don't see myself being like a full-time vintage seller. Like, that's you need there's a lot of money in and out. Like, you're not playing with $4 buy-ins. You're paying with 50 or 100 or 200 or 400. It's not our goal at all. It's more of just a way of getting us fee-free sales essentially on our higher end stuff. So we sell mostly bread and butter $30 to $50 jeans and t-shirts and books and whatever. But then when we do come across a good item that's 150 plus, that you can sell in the community, that's going to like nab it up straight away and build trust and build relationships. It's customer like relationships. There's no middleman. I'm picking something and selling it straight away to them, and they're loving it, and everybody wins. So yeah,
it's nice to have that too. Where it's going to. Like, you sell something on eBay, it's gone. When you sell it to a collector and then you follow them and you get to actually see them. And one thing that I love from the vintage community is the way they showcase their pieces. Like, they'll get something and they'll actually get some things that relate to it. So whether it's an old videotape, and they'll do a big piece on it, and might get some old toys or something. And they look fantastic. So the good thing when you can actually sell to one of these collectors and they're going to keep it, then you actually get to see the enjoyment that they get from it. Whereas if you do sell it on eBay, you're not just getting the fees, but it's gone. That's the end of it. Your sale's gone after 90 days. No one cares anymore. So that's one good thing about the Instagram and that community.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is it's more of just like a side thing for us. We don't have that much inventory coming in. It's more the personal stuff, and then like the grail finds that we have, which you guys are aware. It only happens maybe once a month. You'll find something crazy. But yeah, it's just an avenue for us to showcase stuff that we like. It's sort of just like an art gallery, I guess, / a store. But yeah, we didn't want to bombard our Instagram page with sales for stuff they might not be interested in. They're just there to, I guess, follow us in our reselling journey per se, not to buy t-shirts necessarily. And we didn't want to sort of push people away in that regard, and would rather focus it in and develop for people that will enjoy that page.
Yeah, for sure. Disgruntled Octopus is happy that you're in the vintage community and not the praying mantis community, because apparently they'll eat you alive.
They're demons. They're like the demons of the insect community.
He's all over it. I feel like this Disgruntled Octopus is like part David Attenborough and part Steve Irwin. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Doesn't sound too disgruntled. He's like just a chill octopus. I don't know.
I think he changed it around the other week. I can't remember what it came up as, but he did change the name a little bit. So always good to see here. Sounds like Toby got a bit of a parking fine last night. And
I was got arrested last night after my stream.
What? Continue.
You guys watch the replay. I went to get pizza. I'm like, nah, let's not get delivery. Let's save $5. I'll drive 15 minutes down the road and get pizza. 2 minutes out of the house, breath test. I had like 1.5 drinks and no food before that, and it was touch and go, and the breath was
Was it 0.049? Was that where you were?
It was like, like if you had a drink, I'm like, I had like 1.5 drinks on YouTube, and he's like, cool, and he's like, blowing count to 5, and he's like, all right, you clearly alcohol in your breath, do a blower, and then it was like a 2-3 minute wait, and I was like, did the drug swab and everything. I was like, whew, that was like on empty stomach. That could have been 1.5 drinks, could have been a close call.
Oh, wow. It's not what you want. I guarantee you that I would have blown over if he had to drive on Friday night. He probably would have blown the thing up. But I
was worried about driving home today, to be honest, from the airport. I thought if I get pulled up, I'll probably still got grog on my breath. So. But anyway.
Look, it's all good and fun and war, isn't it? As long as you're doing the right thing. And I'm glad you made it through without getting arrested, because we might not be here tonight. That's the truth of the situation. Living on the edge, Chris has said. Living on the edge. Next week's guest should be the Disgruntled Octopus.
We do need to get the octopus on. It'll be a interesting episode.
I have to get an underwater microphone to make it happen, though. So I'm not sure. Might struggle a little bit there. Sarah's saying so many cool shirts, and that's what I really like about the vintage community. Is whenever I go there, I'm like, oh my god, I want that shirt, and I have to be very careful that I don't spend too much money. But
yeah.
It's a cool little game to be in. So we're 25 minutes in, 39 people watching. So thanks everyone for coming along to the stream and welcoming Drew back to Wide World of Reselling. You've sort of said, Drew, that you might come in here and there when you've got a bit of time, but obviously you're busy with the full-time stuff. So I want to find out what the journey's been like in the last 3 months. So you said that you're starting to see a bit of an uptick. You're finding that it's going to be, looking like it's going to be sustainable long term? Like you've sort of looked at all the numbers and all your financials and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, everything looks pretty sweet. I don't expect to make $2,000 cashing out of my account every week. I'm here just to pay the basic expenses. We don't have any debt. Well, we have a car that's paid off in February, so there's like very little interest left on that anyway. No mortgage or anything. It's just living expenses. So cost of living is pretty low. I'm not stressed at all about that. The only thing I'm concerned about, and it's just our own fault, is just knowledge outside of clothing. And that's like I can look at the negative and, be like, why? Like I can be picking up more stuff. I'm potentially leaving money on the table every time I go to the thrift. But that's just an opportunity at the end of the day, just spending more time researching. Like comping stuff in the store, we just barely do anymore because we've just gotten complacent. Yeah. We know what stuff picks up, or what stuff we pick up will sell clothing wise. So yeah, I guess there's the only upside in that regard. If I can make the money work based on the clothing and just the knowledge that we have now, if I increase the knowledge and then, you know, diversify a bit more into other areas, then I don't see why I would fail. I mean, I'm here to put the hours in and to get the work done. But yeah, everything's pretty sweet. But yeah, that's just something that I'm bummed on myself because I haven't done the research prior to this point. But it's not hard research. It's just time in the store and on eBay looking at comps. It's not like the hardest thing to do. It's just going to take me another month or two to learn a new market and a new market. Same as you, Jada, when you went full time, you were like, my goal is to learn a new market every week or 2 weeks or whatever. And that's something I haven't been doing. And that's what I have to do going forward.
It's interesting you say that because we had the exact conversation when Brad was here. I'm not sure if he remembers it, but we did have it. Just say a quick hello to Sam. Hey, Sam. And Charlie just dropped in as well. So we were talking about this the other day, saying like, we know what we want when we go to an op shop, and those are the sections we hit, right? Like we know we want to do jeans, jackets. Jada does a lot of shirts and that. But Jada was saying, he's like, you know, there's still so many opportunities in the op shop that I don't go to, and I just do the quick thrift through because I know that that's the section I want and I know what I want to get out of it. So there is so many opportunities, and I think we all do it. We all get trapped in that. We know certain sections and we go to those sections and we know how to list it. So I think it's a little bit of a fine balance, isn't it? It's like, how much extra time do you spend in the thrift? Are you actually going to list that other item that you probably don't really know quite well? And then the advantage of potentially doing that and making more money. So yeah, it's interesting you say that because we had the same discussion.
And I sort of said to you, Brad, I call it, for me personally, arrogance. Like I'm walking in as an arrogant reseller in my own head, because I know what this is worth. I know what that's worth. I know what this is worth. I've got it. And then I leave. I've found myself at times, even though I do sell a bit in the shoe category, I've walked out and gone, I didn't even look at the shoes because, you know, there's a chance that, you know, I know a couple of things, but there's a lot that I'm going to have to sit there and do the comps. I don't even want to pull my phone out anymore. I just go in, grab what I know and then leave. And that comes down to just purely being arrogant because I've learned so much. And I think, you know, I know these categories. I don't need to look at the other stuff because it's probably not going to be worth anything, but there's so much shit that I'm just leaving there. And I got to get back out of that mindset into the mindset, well, hang on, no, let's start from the start. There's still so much to learn. There's so much that I'm leaving there. Get out of your own head. You don't know everything, sort of thing. And that's what I found with myself. And that's why I wanted to learn new markets and stuff. And I mean, you're not going to learn every market. I don't want to tackle absolutely everything in that op shop because that's when you become overwhelmed and you just got too much shit going through your head, you know. But it doesn't hurt to just look at this other section here and there and stuff. And something that I still don't do well, but I'm still trying to do it. I'm trying to force myself to do it.
No, you put it perfectly, man. Like that's the perfect way to describe it. Like arrogant reseller. It's not intentional. You're like, I'm the fucking best reseller. It's just like I know what I know, and I just get my things, and I'm going. Yeah,
it's arrogance within yourself. You're not gloating to anyone. You're talking in your own head. It's simple as that.
And that's why having all these different channels is so good because we all pick up slightly different stuff. Yeah, we might all pick up clothes, but Jada will pick up something that I'm not aware of. And same with Drew and Sarah. Obviously, now you're sharing your vintage journey, you know, stuff, you're starting to learn more and more about that. And then you got, you know, new people coming in like Uncle Wayno sharing what he's doing. And then you got Charlie sharing women's and Cara and all these different people, Chris, that you learn little tiny things from that you can just store in the back of your head. And all those little tiny things add up to more and more knowledge. So I think that's why it's so great that everyone does put out videos is because you learn stuff from everybody. It doesn't matter if you've been in it 100 years, you're still going to learn something. So,
I was thinking about the other day, like what categories have we not touched? We've sold one electronic device since we started. That was a VHS player like 18 months ago. Never sold a console or a controller. So like obviously that alone is just massive potential. Like I don't even know what I'm looking at half the time. But yeah, that's crazy to me. We've only sold one electronic.
There's big money in that game too. Like obviously there's the risk involved, but yeah, like if you know what you're doing, you know, you're going to do well. So, and the crazy thing is like with consoles, you can even sell them when they're broken. Like some of the stuff that we got from that big lot, we're getting to now because we knew that there was faults with them, putting them up for $40 and they're selling like instantly broken because people will fix them. They know how to fix them and they'll take the time and either mod them or chuck. A lot of the guys are doing HDMI cables in them now, so people get, you know, better quality out of them, or the RCB cables. So it's crazy game. Yeah. Drew, I love electronics, hence my YouTube channel. Bit of a plug there, Dave's saying.
Plug it all you want. Plug away.
Always plug.
So we're halfway through, boys. So we always like to hit up the favorite sale of the week at this time of the night. And we like to hear from the chat what the favorite sale of the week is. We've lost Drew's head there, but that's all right. We want to hear from the chat what the favorite sale of the week is. Now, I'm going to go in reverse order tonight because when Drew sent me what his favorite sale of the week was, firstly, I almost fell off my chair. And secondly, I was like, what is that thing? So I hope you have a bit of knowledge on this, Drew, because I've got no knowledge.
We should probably phone in Sarah on the dog walk for this one because I don't know much about it at all.
Whoa.
Tell us what you do know. Let's start there.
Give me one sec. Let me just pull up my spreadsheet so I can just give you like the cost of goods because I can't remember how much it costs. But obviously it's a bag of sorts. 1 second, sorry. Okay. So we paid $2.70 for this bag. So Sarah picked it up. As I was saying to you, Brad, when I sent it through, this is a bag. Like Sarah picks up all the best stuff. I'm not going to lie. She picks up all the best stuff. She should be a full-time seller and I should be kicking shit for someone else. But she picked up this bag. It was like a cat cafe, like embroidered. I'm guessing it was probably leather or whatever. Sarah, if you have hands-free, maybe put some info in the chat for me to help me out. But it's a little cat in a cafe handbag. She comped it out. Obviously, the brand Vendula is what she based the comps off. Paid $270 for it, and it sold for $180 full asking price. I want to say maybe 4 to 6 weeks up because these photos we're using on Poshmark as well. So we've only been on Poshmark for 6 to 8 weeks anyway. Wow. Since February that was listed, full asking price, and then someone paid 22 posts to the US. So that one we made bang on 150 net on that bag.
That's insane, and that's a prime example of something that like I would never look at, right?
100%.
So I've just walked past a $180 bag because I have no freaking idea that it's worth anything. Like I didn't even look at the bag section. I walk past it every single time and don't even look because I have no idea what I'm doing. So
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well done, Sarah. That's an absolute.
Yeah, that's a good pickup.
Thanks for paying my share of the bills this week, Sarah.
I'll jump into some of the chats ones before we get into yours, Jada. Just mix it up a little bit. The octopus picked up 25 kilos of Minecraft Lego through the week. Preoccupied doing that.
He's got 8 arms to sort through that.
makes work, and he's got like
one for every color. So one for every color.
Yeah, that's gold. Rack Raiders Wicked Witch Pop Vinyl, $250 for a pop.
Yes.
Nancy Drew 5 books, $44, but $50 postage to the US.
Okay.
Same day.
2 heaters, 200 into 800 cash in hand. 600, not a bad day's work. Yeah, I'd take that every day of the week.
Okay.
Worst week in more than a year, only one small sale. It'll come back, Reg. It'll come back. Just got to keep feeding the beast, as they say. We'll go to Brad, and then we'll pick up some more. Of the chat. Now I just have to find it again. What do we got here, Jada? We have this bad boy. One of the first things you said to me when you got here is, "I sold this." So
sold it. Yeah, we got rid of it.
Give us a rundown.
So this one, I just wanted to show this. So you're looking at it's a video, and it's sold for $150. Now that's not profit because I paid up on this, and the reason I want to show it is because just before or a little while before I started doing videos and stuff, I picked this one up in a lot for about $2, and I put it up on eBay and sold it for $250. So that's going back 3 years ago, and I've never seen it since. But I had to say, I have saved searches, as I've mentioned 100 times. I have 80 to 100 of them now, and when certain things pop up on eBay, I buy them, and this one did. There was an auction for it. I've basically relisted. I've done a sell similar on that seller's item, and just a little bit of a change in the title, and that's about it. But the auction was $70. I put a bid on it, got it for $70. It was $10 ship. Come to my house, I listed it, and it sold like a day later, 2 days. I put it up for $250 again. Put that up. It got about 7 watches straight away, and then I got an offer a couple of days later. So look, I could have held out and got more money, that's for sure. But it's a quick flip. It got delivered to my house. I'm going to post it out again tomorrow. See you later. So that's why I sort of, it's just, as I said, I've paid 80, so I've paid up for it. But this is why I buy stuff on eBay. It's you've literally, you can source out of your pocket. You can sit there and buy stuff, get it to your house. And I do this on a regular basis with so many different things. This is just one example. And this is rare. This is a rare tape. It's a grail tape in the VHS community. So I was just lucky enough to get it cheap on eBay. So keep your eyes peeled for those deals on eBay. I'm telling you, they're always there.
And it just shows that you can make money sourcing off eBay, right? And that's something you were saying when you were here, Brad. You're like, if I probably spent all day on eBay, I could probably make more money than I do from thrifting. But you enjoy the thrill of the hunt when you're thrifting, right? It's a different game.
Course.
And
of course, but you've got it there. And if you have niches that you know about, you've literally got it all just in front of you. It's all on your phone. And I'm pretty confident that if I did spend the 6 hours that I'd spend in the op shops, I could make quite a bit of money because I generally buy, probably anywhere between 5 to 10 things a week on eBay to put back on eBay. And it's just funny how you just still make money.
And that's where you know your market, right? You know certain things and you can sort of capitalize on them. So yeah, if there's something you know really well, set up some save searches and you can make yourself a little bit extra money because I've done it before where I've sold stuff for under what other people can sell it for because they know that market. Like we had a pair of shoes that we sold way too cheap for like $80 plus shipping overseas, and then they ended up selling for $200 plus. So it's crazy. I'll pick up a couple more before we get into mine. Where was it? 9 brains. I missed. Best sale would be 1973 Melbourne Street Directory, picked up for $4 and sold for $189 for Street Directory.
Crazy.
I think I mentioned it in the video. It's insane. Daniel had a blue Onkapringa blanket sell last week for $69.95 plus postage. I paid $5 for it. Winter's coming, so get those blankets and jackets and stuff up. Any BMX VHS are good, I feel like. I think I sold one over $50. I sold a John McSweeney CD. I only went for $15, but I can't believe someone paid that for that garb. I love that. Found a badly listed lot of NBA jerseys last night. $40 for 7 days, including LeBron All-Star.
Oh, yeah.
I have a death pile of about 1,000 VHS. Now, if you said that around Robbie, he would probably not be able to stand up for a couple of weeks. So all the blood would rush to a certain appendage and he might struggle. So that's a lot of VHS. Wow, vintage Street Directory. Yeah, that's something that I would have walked straight past as well. So there's another one for you. I'll get my sale of the week ready to go. Let's work this out. That's not it. That's Judders. Here we go. All right. So we had, and this is just a bit of one that I wanted to show for winter. Swan Dry. So Swanee, a lot of people call them pure wool, long sleeve button up. And this was only a shirt. It wasn't even a jacket. It was just a long sleeve shirt for $80. So keep your little eye out. Swanee, yeah, Swan Dry. So keep your eye out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in on that. Let's see. Look out for that little swan on the
Swan.
Top. Just there. Look out for that little logo, and you'll make some good money. Yeah, nice.
Damn, they have crazy money on eBay.
Yeah, you get jackets in those, you'll be doing quite well. Sell the lot to Wayno, Rob. Sell the lot to Rob Wayno. Jeez, got that back.
He'd fat up and he'd swim through that for a week. He'd love it.
We did have a bit of a peruse for the VHS when you were here, but we didn't find anything good, do we, Jar? No luck.
No, we had a look. That's a problem with VHS. Like, don't get me wrong. There's some tapes that can go for ridiculous money, but not 80 to 90% of them. I mean, they're not worth much. Like, really, it's it's just those really unique, like your horror or your cult. Like that rad, that's like Toby said, the BMX stuff goes well. Like that was a cult sort of thing in the late 80s and early 90s. So people just, they want that for their collections. It's very hard to find those really rare ones, that's for sure. It's I suppose like any game in collecting when you want the really rare high price stuff. And the problem is a lot of people throw out a lot of VHS and stuff, and you always see your Disneys and shit, and they're not worth anything. People aren't going to buy them. But look, there are some, depending on your business model, a lot that will go for you $10, $15. And Robbie used to talk about it all the time. Like, he's done really well out of that stuff. You've just got to know your market. And he's brain around the VHS side of things because he's a collector as well. It's crazy, and he'll know. Like, I've shown him stuff, and he just knows by looking at it. You know, that's $10, or it's dog shit, or it's $50 plus. Like, there's definitely a market in it, but I find a lot of the stuff that I've got has been slow. But then there's some, you know, some rarer ones that just, they're quick.
That's another one of those markets where you have to know what you're doing, right? Like, once you know it, you can do well in it, but you wouldn't go out and buy 1,000 VHS tapes like off the curb, because probably 900 of them would be probably no good, but maybe bulk them up. Not a sale, but scored an NRL jersey Fun Day top for $5. Not sure what it would sell for. Oz Riley's in the chat. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. And Jazz is saying super impressed with some of the prices in Drew and Sarah's what sold last night. So there was a pair of jeans for like $100 in there. What was that brand? I can't remember. The Monster or something, was it? Mother. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never good one. Again, crazy. Sarah pick up, man. I just listed shit.
I just got stuck in the R.M. Williams. Once you said that, I was gone. There was nothing else I could couldn't make heads or toes of anything else.
There was movement in his pants. I was sitting next to him. It was got to be awkward.
No, it wasn't.
You got like 100 pairs of RM in the next room, but he's pantless. I don't know what's going on.
Nah, you should have seen the smug head on it yesterday. What he picked up. You'll probably see in his video later this week. You should have seen the face.
Actually, while we're all here, I want a first-hand experience from you, Judder. What is their house like? Is there shit in the bathtub? Like, how bad are we talking? Is there stuff everywhere?
No, they must have tidied up. The house is pretty nice. You know, there's a few video games in the lounge room and stuff, but it was pretty good. A couple of cats running around. Yeah, a drunk idiot rolling up at 3 in the morning trying to find his bed. It's good.
We had some fun. We showed him the shed and had a quick look around through there. And the streaming room's probably the worst room at the moment, the one I'm in right now, because there's bloody card packs everywhere and cards on the floor and all sorts of shit. But Jazz says there are boxes in the bath, can confirm. Lounge is usually trash with video games, So we did have to do a little bit of a tidy before Jaddy got it, just so he had somewhere to sleep, because there was boxes on that bed a couple of days ago. So
actually, when I woke up in the morning, like, I was actually laying on my bag full of clothes, so I wouldn't have noticed if those boxes there.
You would have done it right on the box, I reckon. It's a bit of a guitar hero sticking inside. I don't reckon you would have noticed. No, we had some fun, and I think that, you know, it's been a long time coming for us. Obviously, we've been pretty close for the last sort of 2 years now, I suppose.
A couple of years,
yeah. But I think that's the great thing about this community. You can meet people, even if you're not on YouTube, via Instagram. You sort of get to know them, and as Judder was saying, there's not too many people that he can talk about reselling with. So when he comes here, he gets to unload all the reselling stuff to us and Cara and through messages and stuff. But yeah, I can tell you, Brad's exactly like he is on the camera. He's top bloke, so
complete fuckwit.
Well, he didn't.
Depends who you speak to.
Jazz and I play around the world with darts, and it took us forever. Jazzy did get a bullseye, but she took a shitty photo, so she has no proof. Yeah, she's giving herself a bit of a pump up as well. So we're heading into the back 15 minutes of the day. So we do need to talk about the old mate dog shit. Drew's gone right into the dog shit there.
Hang on, wait.
That's perfect. Let's screen cap that. Let's go. So let us know your dog shit of the week. I already know what Brad's was. He had to come and hang out with us for a couple of days. So that's a bit of dog shit. But we'll do a wrap around. We want to hear from the chat what yours was as well. Start with Brad. Tell us the dog shit of your week. I know there's been a lot of scamming going over on Depot for you. Now, you've talked about that a little bit on your channel, but if you want to elaborate on that, or if you've got anything else you want to talk about.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sweet. Like, other than that, dog shit free. That scam. So an update on that. Actually, Friday night, just decided to start messaging PayPal. It was so fucking dumb because I couldn't remember the conversation until I reread it. But it actually wasn't that bad for a drunk guy. Anyway, so basically, I dropped a video think it was Tuesday about this scam, and it was just a common chargeback scam on PayPal. If you haven't seen it and you want to know what it was, I'm not explaining again. Get over and watch the video and help out me algorithms. But it was basically, it was $100 out of pocket. It's not the end of the world for me, but it's just the principle of it, and I sort of explained that. And anyway, they ended up just saying bad luck. There was not enough evidence, and they've told me that again. So this was a case that got closed in my favor, but then somehow reopened, and then I lost just randomly. And then I've contacted them, and they said no, there wasn't enough evidence. So the things that they wanted proof of the sale, they wanted tracking, all that sort of stuff, which I gave to them, and they said it wasn't enough. So I don't know what more I can do. And then anyway, they told me again no. Basically, in a really nice way, they told me to fuck off. And I just asked again. I'm just going to keep harassing these pricks, because how can this scammer get away with that? I've sent the item. She's got this shirt, and she's got the $100. It's a load of shit. So I just thought, I'm just going to keep playing with them. Fuck them. It's only PayPal. Let's have a crack. Let's see if we can get it back. Yeah. So what was it today? Was it Brad or yesterday when I had another message from them, and they said they're going to contact the bank again and have another crack, but it can take up to 72 days to get it sorted.
Yeah,
72 days. So I'll let you know if we get it back. I'm not that confident now that it's going to come back, but I'm just going to pester them. Fuck them.
It's just crap, because you did everything you could have. You had valid tracking. You even had feedback that she'd received the item, and then they still piss you about. So
yeah, As I said, it's only $100. But I mean, what if that was someone that is a very small scale reseller? Someone that has maybe a pension, they're stuck at home, they sell $100 extra, for a little bit of extra cash, and that's their $100. That's their week. If someone was in that situation, or what if I've done a big bulk sale? What if that was a couple of grand's worth of shit, and then that's just straight gone, and then they just take it off you, and then you lose all your stock. It's a load of shit.
10 people, and that's $1,000, isn't it?
That's exactly right. So I've got my eyes peeled to see this one pop back up on eBay. I'm going to try and pinch it and scam it back. that's the goal. It's a minor dog shit. It's a pain in the ass. That's kind of that's following on from last week's dog shit. But it's still not resolved. So
still hasn't fully hit the ground. It's still a bit of a dangler.
Yeah, it's licked the jocks. There's a skitty there, but we don't know. The jocks may be getting cleaned, but more than likely we might follow through.
I like the analogy. Drew, now it doesn't have to be your dog shit of the week, because as you said, it's been sort of 6 months since you've been here. So give us your best dog shit of the last 6 months, if there's been any. You did have a reputation of being dog shit free on this channel, and as you did like to say that you preferred the baby hair. So tell us a little bit if there's been any dog shit, and if there hasn't, what has the baby hair been like?
Dog shit. I can't think. I stress about a lot of things, but I tend to once a problem's gone, I don't like to dwell on it too much, because I would just get sucked into that dark hole. The only real dog shit, I guess, it's just being more active and full-time on eBay now. More listings means more messages and more fuckwits. I know I'm part of the group chat with you guys, and some of the messages that Judder gets, a bit there's no words for them, to be honest. We don't get anything anywhere near that scale, but definitely just dealing with more just annoying, pestering questions and stuff. But that's just goes with the territory in the business. Proper dog shit. I don't know if this is dog shit or if I was just being an asshole. You guys tell me. Probably just me being an asshole. Sent a pair of diesel jeans to a customer in Hawaii. Opened up a return request, even though I don't have returns on international sales. Anyway, was gracious and accepted the return. They didn't post tracking or anything for the 14 days, whatever. Requested to close the case because there was no communication from the buyer to us, and they closed the case, said it's in your favor. They can't leave any feedback or whatever. 5 days after the case was closed, dude posted it. And then a week after that, he updated tracking, and then it came 3 weeks after. Like, we got it 3 weeks after the case was closed, and then they refunded the dude anyway. So I don't know. Like, you have a time frame on these things to return the item, and it takes 5 weeks to come back, and you don't post it until after I close the case, and then you still get the refund. Like, I just want your fucking $70, bro. That's all I'm mad about. But I didn't get it. You got refunded. But it's like, my point to them was like, if I post something a minute late over midnight, I'm fucking stung. But this dude can post something 5 weeks after he's supposed to, or 4 weeks after he's supposed to. But I don't know. I was just greedy. I wanted his money, to be honest.
It is annoying though, because we have such tight time frames, and then they just roll over whenever it's on the other end. So yeah, I definitely understand that bit of dog shit there. I'll pick up some for the chat before I get into any. Chris made his first boo-boo, was doing some sorting today and found season 1 of a 9-season box set I missed putting in a box. I posted Friday. Contacted and told them it's coming Monday. No issues, but annoying. Easy to do, 100%. I'm assuming that dog shit when the dog eats a brand new pair of Maleficent ballet flats. Whew. That's not what you want. Easy done. I sent a console bundle, forgot the controller.
I did a similar thing. I think I told you about it, Brad. We've all done this shit before. I sent a VHS player. So I've gone to the post office, sent all my shit, come back and I thought I had a bit of a mess. I'll clean up, and the fucking power adapter was sitting on the desk. So same thing. I had to send them a message and wrap that up and then send it separately, which was a pain in the ass. As long as you contact them, I think they're going to understand.
Most people are going to be okay with that. If you find the exact same seller with the same shirt and scam home back, I will crack up.
Good idea.
I'll let you know.
Sent an expensive item to someone that looked very similar. Person complained, but then kept it for the missus. Jazz is saying "fuck with city," as Uncle Wayno would say. It did have a good rock out at the end of that last video.
That was sick.
I do like that.
That's all singing last night. I love that song.
Dog shit for me has to be the return on Asics SLS sample pair of shoes. I sold for $165 plus post. Buyer says that shoes are more like a size 8 instead of a 9.
Maybe your toes are too big, buddy. That's what I would have said.
I guess the only thing there is being a sample pair. There's a chance they aren't exactly right, but that's still dog shit.
Should have sent me a picture of your foot in the shoe to so that people don't fucking fit right.
He would have been kicked off eBay. Those sort of people have got fucking issues, don't they? They're normally harassing the sellers. All the foot fetishes and stuff.
Made a few extra bucks on the
side.
We'll
give you 10% off next sale if you send me.
Oh, man. That's a whole different game.
Make sure you got no pants on when you send it too.
Who needs pants?
Anyway, I'm replying to a crazy customer tomorrow morning. Customers are always right, and Jazz says they're never right. And Sarah's lost all faith in humanity at this point in time.
Live with me. It's fucking far too gone. It's too late for you to realize now.
Can't back out, you reckon? Yeah. So 5 minutes to go, boys. So let's do a quick run around of what's coming up on the channels this weekend. Now, I know Brad was going to try and film something, but he was way too dog shit to even think about filming on Saturday. So do you have any plans this week, Flipper? What are you going to do now that you've drank your weekend away?
I had a flick through on the plane. I got a little bit of footage. There's probably mostly beer pong, but I don't really know, actually. I'm going to do another sort of what's sold. I'm going to continue with the path of my last video and go back over my thrifting videos and do the numbers on that particular video. So I think I'm going to stick with that trend. Whether I do I might maybe even do that fortnightly. I'll just go back over and what I have sold, what I haven't sold, why I haven't sold it. It seemed a lot of people have sort of messaged me about that, and they enjoyed kind of seeing what actually happened with the products. So I will continue to do those. So whether I do another one this week or, it might be a fortnightly thing, but I will put something up this week. I might just have a little bit of chat how the weekend went, show a little bit of footage because, most of it I was trying to hold my camera and I was a bit fucking shaky. So, We'll see what happens, but I might have a bit of a chat about that. I've got a few sort of things I've picked up that I want to show off and all that. So I'm just kind of winging it this week. I'll just see how I'm feeling kind of, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday. I might start slapping a video together and who knows what's going to come out. I'm also going to do another toy one, so that could be this weekend as well. So I'm going to do my top 10 from the 80s. So that'll be either this week or next week.
Lovely.
Cool.
Drew, what's you got a podcast coming again soon, or you got some more videos? Obviously, you did the stream last night, so if anyone hasn't seen that, head over and check that out. But anything else up and coming for you guys?
So we have a podcast episode coming out on Tuesday. It'll be the last one on our main channel, and then episode 10 onwards will be on the new channel, just so it doesn't kill our YouTube analytics. But yeah, Tuesday chat is about other hustles outside of eBay and reselling, like what other potential side hustles we could do and how it would cope in those situations. So that's a bit of a fun one. And then later in the week, we have a video coming out. What is it about? Our worst sales and our worst sales and mistakes of 2021. So some of our bad buys, and then our worst sales, stuff we've lost a little bit of money on, why we lost money on it, and lessons we've learnt regarding that sale or item. Pretty fun, bit of a different one. Yeah,
I like those reflective ones, like
complete dog shit video, basically. Complete dog shit video.
But that's how we learn. Hey, Brad's doing his reflection videos now, which is cool because you can see exactly what's sold from that video and what you would have changed. And same with that, like you kind of retrospectively almost grading yourself, right? You're working out what working well and what's not. So,
it's scary to be like, oh, we lost $2 on this item, but like if it's only 10 items in a couple of month period, and then you sell fucking $100 items every other week, then obviously those negative ones don't really matter too much. But it's about the sort of the lessons around the why you bought them or why they sold for so little. That's sort of the premise of the video.
Yeah, definitely. No, that'd be awesome, and definitely keen to get the podcast. I'm been slipping it in the ear at work here and there, so definitely enjoying that. Try and jump over on YouTube and leave a comment, because I don't know how. Can you leave comments on Spotify? Is that a thing?
You can't. I don't see why you couldn't. Like they just haven't implemented it, I guess. Like the tracking data from podcasts is bad enough as it is, let alone incorporating comments.
But yeah, I'm keen for that. That'll be some fun for us. I did get some footage from the weekend, and if you want to see Brad, Kara, and Jazz pretty much throwing up every 3.5 seconds, jump on that one. It's only a 4-minute video because we did struggle to make too many op shops. Not pointing any fingers, but there was some struggles going on. We're all pretty wrecked, to be honest. It was a joint decision to call it quits where we did. But I will say there was 2 absolute bangers pulled on that in those 5 op shops. So check out. Kara pulled something pretty insane, and I was definitely pretty smirky at the end of my last one. So up and about, check that out. Check out Judda having a good time. Got a little bit of beer pong in there, not too much because you don't want to get too sloppy, but had some fun with that. And then Friday we'll probably put our what sold for, what was it, April. I don't even know what month it is anymore. And we'll get from there. So thanks everyone for coming tonight. We really appreciate it, and it's great to have Drew back in the chair, sharing some love here in Wide World of Reselling. We hope to get Drew back in every once in a while if he's available. Obviously busy man, but we do miss our boy. So it's great for you to come along tonight, Drew. We do appreciate your time, and thanks to Sarah for taking little Archie out and keeping the space nice and clean. So thanks everyone for coming. Make sure you head over to Drew and Sarah's channel, give them a sub, check out all
the new one. They got a new channel. Get over there for the podcast. Someone drop it in before we run.
For you guys to follow. So many buttons. Sorry, guys.
Just follow the chain. Just go to Drew and Sarah, and then go to the next one, and then you'll find it. You'll work it out. You know where they are. But it's great to see some stuff going on over there as well. So thanks everyone coming. We will see you next Sunday, same place, same time, same. Me and Brad talking shit. Let's be honest, that's what we do here. So thanks everyone. Catch you next Sunday on the Wide World of Reselling.
See ya.